Welcome to the third part of our basic program. And the reason why we're doing this is to advance our knowledge in basic programming. So now we're going to look at looping. So what do we mean by looping? Looping is a portion of a program that is executed more than once. So for today, we're going to use for next and while when. So we will write a program with for next and we will write another program with while when. So sit back as we write the program. So I will remove everything on the screen. So I believe you now know what looping is. Looping is a portion of a program that is executed more than once. So when we write the program, that is repetition is what we are talking about. When we write the program, you will understand what we meant. So let's start. So the first program I will write is, I will write the remark up here. Write a program write a program to display figure 1 to 5 using for next. Alright, so that's what the program is all about. So what we write is, we start with for n equal to 1 to step 1 print n next n. So let's run this program and see what the answer is. This is for next. Alright, there's a problem somewhere. So it should be 1 to step 1 to, since we are writing to 5 step 1. So let's try. You see, so that's for next to display figure 1 to 5. Now instead of me to use print and maybe quote and put 1 for it to display 1, then I will do that for print for 2, for 3 to 4 to 5. Now I loop the instruction, that is, I reduce the repetition using for next statement, and that is why when I run the program after writing it, that is for n equals to 1 in step 2 to 5 step 1. So when I run the program, that is why it's showing 1 to 5. Now let me change that 5 to 10. Let's see what it will give us. You see, 1 to 10. So it depends on the step you want it. So that is how we can, instead of using a long repetition of print, we can now reduce it by looping the instruction. So that is what looping is all about. Now let's change this to while when. So we will remove from here. It's still the same thing, but in another way, with another statement using while when, because we always use it together. While when. Right, so we will now write it in a different way. N equal 0, line 3, while n less than 5 n equal n plus 1. I believe you are following. Print n, they went. Alright, now let's run this program and see. You see, still the same thing, but in another form. That is to display figure 1 to 5. So if you use for next, you can still use while went. That is why at the beginning of the first part of this video, I said a programmer can write a program in one way, and another person or another programmer will write it in another way, and they will still get the same result or answer. So now let's write another program. So I will remove all this, then this one to display even numbers 1 to 10. Right, now I will go down. Alright, so this one, let me put it using for next. So just like the other first program under looping here, even equal to to 10. Step, let's use step 2. Okay, let's use step 1. Later we may change it to step 2. Print even. Next even. You see? So let's run the program. To run the program, we click on the green button. You see, it's showing 1 to 10. So now alright, let me change this and see the effects. Let me use 1 because I use step 2. You see, still the same thing. So if I change it, let me put 1. You see, so since we are writing the program from 1 to 10, that is how we use for next to display that. Now let's use while went to write it. So while, using while went. So what we write is even equal 0. I believe you can now write a program to use this same instruction. While even is less than 10, even equal even plus 2. Let's see what this program will give us. Even plus 2, not 2. Print even. Then went. Right, So let's see what this program will display. You see, this one is showing 2 to 10. So we need to adjust something so that it can give us the answer in the correct way. So let me put, what about 1 here? Alright, let's see. You see, 1 to 10. The same program. Just like the way we reduce writing repetition of print to display 1 to 10 for next, is the same way we write it for while and went. So what we are doing here is to reduce long print statements, and we now loop it. So let's write another one. So this one is another program to display. So I will remove this down here to add figure 1 to 5. Okay, now what we do is that sum equals 0, then line 3, 4. So this one is using for next. Okay, so then we go to line 4. So we put 4 and equal 1 to 5. Now sum equal sum plus n. Next, n print sum. Right, now let's test this program. You see, the answer is 5. So remember, our sum is 0, and for our n from 1 to 5, then we now say sum plus n, and our n is 1. So when we next the program, it will loop it and give us 15 as our answer. Now let's use while and went. So using while and went. Alright, so here now, instead of having, let me erase everything. So we have n equal 0. Instead of using sum on for next, then we now have our sum here equals 0 too. So while n is less than 5, n is equal to n plus 1. Sum equal sum plus n. Now print sum, then went. Right, so let's test this for went. You see, this one is listing 1, 3, 6, 10 and 15. That is for went, but the other one is showing 15. So that means the two programs are one of a kind. So that's how you can loop an instruction in a program. So now the last thing I would like us to do is there's what we call one-dimensional array, two-dimensional array. So now we're going to look at one-dimensional array. Dimensional array. So what is array? So array is a collection of data put together by the same variable. By the same variable number. So I said we're looking at one-dimensional array. So and we said, what do we mean by array? Array is a collection of data put together by the same variable number. So what do we mean by this? Let me give you a simple array. Look at it. We represent one-dimensional array with dim. Then what if you have A and the element in that A is 5? So what this means is that, let's say you have 5 computers and you want to write it that you are representing the 5 computers with A. So you can now bracket the 5 computers inside the A, meaning that in A you have 5 computers inside A. So that is what we mean by array. So we write one program in array. So now this program, let's see what it's all about. Run a program to calculate the average of one-dimensional array with 100 numeric values. Alright, so just like what I gave you in the example, so we start by dim, that is for dimensional array. So we have A, then we now put some things in A. So let's say 5. So this one, let's give gap. Alright, now we can now say for k equal 1 to 5, A bracket k equal, there's something here, there must be an equal sign, equal k, but you know we never represent. Okay, we represent our k in 4. So the next thing is we use next, since we are using for statement. Next k, then sum equal 0. So for k equal 1, 2, 5, sum equal sum plus a bracket k, then next. This to next. What do you think with next? K. Then print sum. Alright, so let's run the program. You see, that's 15. So now I believe after this program, from the part 1, the part 2, and part 3 of how you can advance your basic knowledge, you can now write advanced basic program. And if you need the slide or the word, the text document of all the programs, you can put your mail in the comment section so that I can send it to your mail. So I believe you enjoy the basic programming. So if you like this channel, please click subscribe button. So please click subscribe button so that you can get other videos produced by the same person. Alright, so if you like my channel, please click subscribe button if you like my channel. Thank you everyone for listening and watching the video.